Hello everyone, and welcome to today's presentation. I'm excited to be here with you. Today, we'll be exploring the program design, motivation, and performance optimization within the Certified Fitness Trainer course. On this first slide, we're just getting started, so I'll give you a quick overview of what's to come. We'll look into how effective program design can improve results, the importance of motivation to keep clients engaged, and strategies for optimizing performance. Let's dive in and make this session both informative and inspiring. All right, let's take a quick look at our agenda for today. We're starting with Module 1, which is all about the foundations of fitness training. This gives us the essential basics that set the stage for everything else. Then, we move into Module 2, focusing on client assessment and goal setting, crucial steps to tailor programs effectively. Next up is Module 3, where we dive into exercise science and training principles, understanding how the body responds and adapts to exercise. Module 4 covers program design and periodization, helping us structure workouts for optimal progress and prevent burnout. Finally, we'll explore Module 5, which combines strength, cardio, and functional training, covering different modalities to create well-rounded fitness programs. This agenda is designed to build a solid foundation and guide us through the key components of effective fitness training. Today is March 22nd, 2026, and we're diving into Module 1, which is all about the foundations of fitness training. This is a crucial starting point because it sets the stage for everything else we'll explore. Here, we'll cover the basic principles that underpin effective training programs, things like understanding different types of fitness, the importance of setting realistic goals, and how to develop safe and effective training plans. These foundational concepts are what help us build a solid base for long-term success. They connect directly to our overall theme of creating sustainable, personalized fitness routines that not only improve health, but also enhance quality of life. So, as we go through this module, keep in mind that mastering these fundamentals will empower you to design better programs and guide others more effectively. Let's talk about maintaining certifications, following regulations, and communicating with empathy. These are essential for supporting long-term adherence and achieving better outcomes. When we stay current with our certifications and regulations, we ensure we're providing safe and effective guidance. But equally important is our ability to communicate with empathy, understanding our clients' perspectives and building trust. This creates a supportive environment where clients feel valued and motivated to stay committed. Now, moving on to professional standards and empathy, these are the foundation for creating a positive training atmosphere. Building that supportive environment means not only monitoring form and workload, but also tracking results. By doing so, we can make informed adjustments to training programs, which helps reduce risk and keeps clients safe. Next, motivation, safety, and progress are interconnected. We need to create plans that are safe and effective, tailored specifically to each client's fitness level and goals. Teaching correct techniques and providing clear cues is vital here. This ensures clients perform movements properly, minimizing injury risk and maximizing results. Finally, when designing programs and instructing clients, our role as trainers is about responsibility. We're guiding their journey, making sure plans are personalized and progress is steady. So, in essence, our comprehensive approach, covering certifications, communication, environment, motivation, safety, and tailored instruction, supports not only immediate results but also long-term success. Let's talk about planning effort levels by considering both aerobic and anaerobic metabolism, along with the cardiorespiratory responses that happen during exercise. Understanding how these energy systems work helps us tailor training to different intensities and goals. We'll also look at prime movers and opposing muscles. Knowing these muscle groups allows us to prescribe balanced training programs, which not only enhance movement control, but also prevent imbalances. Finally, identifying muscles and joint actions is crucial for customizing programs. It helps us optimize performance and reduce injury risk by ensuring the right muscles are targeted for specific movements. All of this ties back to understanding anatomy and physiology, giving us a solid foundation to design effective, safe training plans. Let's start by talking about movement planes and kinematics. Understanding these helps us determine how the body moves in space and how different motions occur along specific planes, like the sagittal, frontal, and transverse planes. By knowing which plane a movement takes place in, we can program exercises that are more functional, efficient, and safer. This knowledge allows us to minimize unnecessary compensations because we're aligning exercises with natural movement patterns. Next, we have force application. It's crucial to understand how forces act on the body during movement. When we grasp this, we can give better cues to clients, helping them perform movements correctly. It also helps us reduce injury risk because we can identify and correct improper force patterns before they cause issues. Plus, understanding force application enables us to maximize performance outcomes by emphasizing optimal loading and movement strategies. Finally, let's talk about joint angles and levers. Analyzing joint positions and the mechanics of levers in the body helps us identify the most effective and safe exercise patterns. By recognizing how different joints move and how lever systems operate, we can adjust exercises to suit individual needs, ensuring safety and improving results. All these elements, movement planes, force application, joint angles, are interconnected and support our overall goal, creating effective, safe, and functional training programs for our clients. Let's take a closer look at the key components of a balanced fitness program. First, body composition refers to the ratio of fat to lean mass in our bodies. This is important because it affects not only our health, but also our appearance and how well we perform daily activities. Next, we have balance, which is our ability to maintain body position, especially during movement. Good balance is crucial for coordination and helps prevent injuries. Flexibility is another essential component. It describes the range of motion at our joints. Improving flexibility can reduce the risk of injuries and make our movements more efficient and comfortable. Then there's cardiovascular endurance, which is all about how effectively our heart and lungs can supply oxygen during sustained activity. Building this endurance is key for overall health and stamina. Muscular strength, on the other hand, is the ability of our muscles to exert force. Strong muscles are vital not just for everyday tasks, but also for supporting our metabolism and functional movements. Putting it all together, these components, strength, endurance, flexibility, balance, and body composition, work together to promote long-term well-being. A well-rounded program that addresses each of these areas helps ensure we stay healthy, active, and injury-free over time. Let's talk about ongoing education and accountability. It's really about the importance of continuous learning and self-assessment. Staying current and reflective helps trainers remain qualified, accountable, and ethically responsible. This ongoing process is essential to maintain high standards in our profession. Now, moving to the consequences of ethical lapses, it's crucial to understand that breaches in ethics can have serious repercussions. They can damage client trust, harm your professional reputation, and even threaten your career longevity. Upholding ethics isn't just about doing what's right. It directly impacts your success and credibility. Next, we have industry standards and compliance. Adhering to established guidelines, avoiding conflicts of interest, and practicing cultural competence are all vital. These practices ensure that trainers meet professional expectations and provide safe, respectful, and effective training environments. Finally, let's focus on the core ethical principles. Confidentiality, informed consent, client welfare, and honest communication form the foundation of professional ethics in fitness training. Embracing these principles helps build trust, protects clients, and fosters a positive, ethical training environment. All these points tie back to the overall theme. Professionalism in fitness training is built on a foundation of ongoing education, ethical behavior, and adherence to industry standards. Let's talk about how personalizing sessions can make a real difference. When we tailor our approach to each client, give regular feedback on their progress, and adapt to their preferences, we create a more engaging experience. Engaged clients are more likely to stay motivated and achieve better outcomes. Now, a key strategy to support this is building a strong rapport. When clients feel understood and connected, their satisfaction increases, and they're more likely to stay committed over time. Trust is also fundamental. It drives retention because clients who trust us are more open, more willing to follow our guidance, and more likely to stick around. To build that trust, active listening is essential, really paying attention to what they're saying. Showing empathy helps them feel valued, and clear, consistent communication ensures everyone is on the same page. Plus, sharing common goals creates a sense of partnership and motivation. All of these core relationship skills, rapport, trust, listening, empathy, and shared goals, are the foundation of effective trainer-client relationships. When we master these, we foster motivation and adherence, leading to successful, long-lasting client outcomes. Today is March 22nd, 2026, and we're diving into Module 2, which focuses on client assessment and goal setting. This part of our training is crucial because understanding our clients thoroughly allows us to tailor our approach effectively. When we assess a client, we're looking at their current situation, strengths, challenges, and what they hope to achieve. It's important to ask the right questions and listen carefully, as this helps us gather the insights needed to set meaningful, achievable goals. Goal setting isn't just about what the client wants on the surface. It's about defining clear, realistic objectives that align with their values and circumstances. Connecting these points to our overall theme, remember that effective assessment and goal setting lay the foundation for success in any client relationship. By being thorough and intentional here, we set the stage for progress and positive outcomes down the line. So, why do we bother with screening before starting any exercise program? Well, tools like PAR-Q Plus and medical history forms are essential because they help us identify any risks or contraindications up front. By doing this, we can catch potential issues early on and ensure safety right from the start. What does this screening actually inform us? It helps determine whether a client needs medical clearance before they begin exercising. Plus, it guides us in tailoring the program to ensure it's safe and appropriate for each individual. And when it comes to outcomes, effective screening has a real impact. It significantly reduces the risk of injuries and adverse events during training. In fact, research shows that about 40 to 50% of trainers report better client outcomes when they conduct thorough readiness assessments. Ultimately, the goal is to reduce risk before exercise even begins. Proper health screening and readiness assessments are key to making sure we're setting clients up for success and safety from the very first session. Research indicates that correcting imbalances can reduce musculoskeletal injury risk by over 20%. This is a significant point because it shows how targeted interventions can make a real difference in injury prevention. The evidence we have from various studies guides us in designing effective corrective exercises, which not only help prevent injuries, but also support creating individualized programs tailored to each person's needs. Why does this matter? Well, assessments like the overhead squat and single-leg balance tests are essential tools. They help us identify muscular imbalances, joint restrictions, and faulty movement patterns that might not be obvious at first glance. By understanding what these assessments reveal, we can address specific issues and improve overall movement quality. So, movement assessments are really about uncovering imbalances and inefficiencies, key areas that, if left unchecked, could lead to injury or decreased performance. Keeping these points in mind helps us develop smarter, safer training strategies that keep people healthy and moving well. Let's talk about the importance of early screening. By identifying issues early on, we can focus on targeted strengthening and stretching exercises that genuinely improve function and help reduce pain. When we understand a person's posture, we can tailor interventions to correct specific problems. Now, when it comes to training implications, poor posture isn't just about appearance. It can actually limit force production and efficiency because it alters joint positions and how muscles are recruited. This means the body isn't working as effectively as it could, which can impact performance and increase injury risk. So why does this matter? Deviations in alignment, like kyphosis, lordosis, or scoliosis, can really diminish movement quality. They can also make injuries more likely because the body isn't moving in its optimal, most balanced way. That's where posture analysis comes in. It helps us identify those deviations early so we can incorporate corrective strategies into training. By doing this, we not only improve movement quality but also help prevent injuries, supporting overall better function and health. When it comes to maximal strength testing, the gold standard is really about using standardized measures. These include tests like the 1 repetition maximum, or 1 RM, as well as VO2 max estimates, sit-and-reach flexibility tests, and skinfold measurements for body composition. The key idea here is that these measures help us establish a reliable baseline for each client. Once we have that baseline, we can accurately track progress over time. This tracking is crucial because it allows us to make informed adjustments to the training program, ensuring continued improvement. Plus, knowing these numbers can be a real motivator for clients. They see tangible evidence of their progress, which keeps them engaged and committed. So, in essence, standardized testing isn't just about measuring, it's about guiding and motivating the entire fitness journey. Now, let's talk about how we can make our goals really effective using the SMART framework. First, we have time-bound plus review and adjust. Setting a clear deadline creates a sense of urgency and helps us stay focused. It's also important to revisit our goals regularly. This keeps us engaged and ensures we're making realistic progress. Next, achievable plus relevant. We want goals that challenge us but are still within reach. By aligning these targets with the client's core values, we boost motivation and make sticking to the plan much easier. And finally, specific plus measurable. We need to define very clear and detailed objectives that are tailored to each client. This way, we have concrete criteria to track progress and confirm when a goal has been achieved. Putting it all together, applying SMART goals allows us to set a structured, motivating, and achievable path for our clients, helping them stay on track and reach their full potential. Let's take a closer look at what a comprehensive client profile includes. It gathers demographics, medical information, lifestyle habits, and performance metrics, giving us a truly holistic view of each individual. By having all this data consolidated, we can design more tailored programming that fits their unique needs and goals. It also makes it much easier to review progress clearly over time, which leads to higher satisfaction and greater retention. So why does this matter? Centralizing all these different data points, health info, fitness assessments, personal preferences, and goals, ensures our planning and tracking are consistent and accurate. It helps us stay aligned with each client's evolving needs and keeps our approach both personalized and effective. In essence, a detailed client profile is a powerful tool that brings everything together, making our training more precise, engaging, and successful for everyone involved. Today is March 22, 2026, and we're diving into Module 3, Exercise Science and Training Principles. In this part of the presentation, I want to emphasize some key points that form the foundation of effective training. First, understanding how the body responds to exercise helps us tailor programs that are both safe and effective. It's about knowing the science behind muscle adaptation, energy systems, and recovery. We'll also explore core training principles like overload, progression, and specificity. These are essential because they guide us in designing workouts that challenge the body appropriately, leading to steady improvement. Remember, the goal is to create a balanced program that promotes growth while minimizing injury risk. Connecting all of this to the bigger picture, these principles are what make training scientifically sound and personalized. They help us understand not just what to do, but why it works, which ultimately leads to better results for anyone we coach or train. Let's take a closer look at some fundamental training principles that are essential for effective progress. First, recovery is crucial. It's important to allow time for your body to rest and adapt after training sessions. This helps reduce the risk of injury and supports overall performance improvements. Without proper recovery, Your body can't fully recover or build stronger, so always prioritize that downtime. Next is specificity. This means your training should be tailored to the specific muscles, skills, or energy systems relevant to your sport or goals. For example, if you're a runner, focusing on endurance and leg strength is key. The more targeted your training, the more effective it will be in helping you achieve your desired outcomes. Then we have progression. To keep making gains, you need to gradually increase the intensity, volume, or complexity of your training. Think of it as slowly pushing your limits over time, so your body continues to adapt and improve without plateaus. And finally, overload. This is closely related to progression, but emphasizes intentionally increasing the training demands beyond what your current capacity is. By doing so, you stimulate your body's adaptation process, leading to strength, endurance, or skill improvements. Together, these principles, recovery, specificity, progression, and overload, form the foundation of a smart, effective training program that supports continuous growth and minimizes injury risk. They remind us that consistent, well-planned adjustments are key to reaching our full potential. When we combine different training modalities, we not only build overall efficiency, but also enhance fatigue resistance, allowing athletes to perform longer and more effectively. Then, when we tailor these approaches to specific sports, we can really boost sport-specific performance. Metabolic conditioning is all about matching the intensity and duration of training to the dominant energy system involved. This targeting helps improve endurance, strength, or power, depending on what the athlete needs most. Understanding the different energy systems is key here. The ATPPC system supports quick, immediate bursts of energy. Think of that explosive sprint or jump. The glycolytic system powers short, anaerobic efforts, like a series of rapid, intense movements. And the oxidative system is what sustains longer aerobic efforts, such as prolonged running or cycling. By designing programs that support each of these systems appropriately, we can optimize performance. For example, training that enhances ATPPC is perfect for explosive actions, while aerobic conditioning improves endurance. So, integrating these energy systems into our training not only makes the program more effective, but also more aligned with the specific demands athletes face. That's how we create smarter, more efficient training that leads to better results. Let's talk about periodization and technique. Structured programming and proper technique are essential because they help us maintain steady progress over time. They also play a key role in reducing the risk of injuries, which is always a top priority. Next, we have load and volume management. Finding the right balance between training load and volume is crucial. Too much, and we risk overtraining. Too little, and progress stalls. Managing this balance helps us maximize gains while keeping injury risk low. Then there's exercise selection. Choosing exercises that target specific muscle groups and movement patterns ensures we get the most effective adaptations. It's about being smart with our choices to meet our goals efficiently. Finally, let's touch on neuromuscular adaptations. Strength training boosts motor unit recruitment and promotes muscle hypertrophy. These changes lead to greater force production and overall performance improvements. All these points tie together because they form the foundation of effective strength training considerations, guiding us toward safer, more efficient progress. Let's talk about the importance of nutrition and recovery in muscle growth. Adequate protein intake, enough calories, proper sleep, and rest days are all essential for turning your training into real muscle gains. Without these recovery components, your progress can stall or even reverse. Moving on to training itself, using moderate to heavy loads with sufficient volume and maintaining time under tension are key to supporting adaptation. Essentially, you want to challenge your muscles enough to stimulate growth, but also allow them the time to recover and adapt. Now, when it comes to hypertrophy, the main drivers are mechanical tension, muscle damage, and metabolic stress. These are the key mechanisms that push your muscles to grow. Mechanical tension is about the force you generate during lifts. Muscle damage refers to the microtears that signal repair, and metabolic stress involves the buildup of metabolites that promote growth. Together, these factors form the core of hypertrophy training. Understanding these drivers helps us design more effective training protocols that maximize muscle development. Remember, consistent effort in these areas, combined with good recovery, is what leads to noticeable progress. Let's take a closer look at how endurance adaptations develop over time. In the first 4 weeks, from 0 to 4 weeks, around 25%, the focus is on building that aerobic base through long, slow distance training. This helps establish a foundation and promotes early capillarization, which is essential for efficient oxygen delivery. Moving into weeks 4 to 8, at about 45%, tempo work is introduced. This kind of training raises your sustainable pace and improves cardiac efficiency, making your workouts more effective. Then, from weeks 8 to 12, around 65%, we incorporate intervals. This enhances your oxygen delivery and utilization, helping you become more efficient during high-intensity efforts. Next, between weeks 12 and 16, at 80%, we increase the training load with progressive overload. This boosts mitochondrial density and helps delay fatigue, so you're able to perform longer at higher intensities. Finally, from weeks 16 to 20, at roughly 90%, the emphasis shifts to refining packing and consolidating adaptations. This ensures your improvements are sustainable and your packing feels natural, setting the stage for peak performance. Overall, these stages highlight a gradual, strategic buildup that maximizes endurance while minimizing injury risk. Now, let's talk about functional performance and how power training plays a key role in improving both athletic and daily movements. When we focus on developing power, we're really enhancing how efficiently our bodies move in real-life situations and sports. One important aspect is the rate of force development, which is all about producing force quickly. This is crucial for explosive actions like jumping, sprinting, or changing direction suddenly. Another critical component is motor unit synchronization. By training to increase the simultaneous activation of muscle fibers, we can generate greater force more effectively. This synchronization is vital for explosive strength and overall movement quality. Sprint drills are also a fundamental part of power training. Short, high-intensity sprints help improve neuromuscular speed and acceleration, making us faster and more responsive. Olympic lifts, such as cleans and snatches, are excellent for developing rapid force production and full-body coordination. They require and build explosive power while engaging multiple muscle groups simultaneously. Plyometric training, think jumping, bounding, and other explosive movements, enhances the stretch-shortening cycle, which is essential for muscular power output. It trains our muscles to produce force quickly after being stretched, improving overall explosiveness. All these elements come together in power training, which is about developing explosive movement. Power is essentially a combination of strength and speed. By integrating plyometrics, Olympic lifts, and sprint drills, we improve coordination and our ability to generate force rapidly, key factors for both athletic performance and functional daily activities. Let's talk about trainer interventions. Essentially, this involves implementing equipment adaptations to better suit each client, monitoring their progression carefully, and delivering targeted injury prevention programs. The goal here is to make sure clients stay safe and reduce their risk of injury as they work toward their fitness goals. Now, what are the outcomes we're aiming for? First, a reduction in injury incidents. That means fewer accidents or injuries during training. Second, improved client safety overall, which boosts confidence and motivation. And finally, enhanced program continuity so clients can stick with their routines without setbacks caused by injuries. To support injury prevention, we focus on preventive measures like structured warm-ups, which prepare the body for activity. We also do movement assessments to identify any faulty movement patterns early on. Corrective exercises are then used to address those issues, and education on body mechanics helps clients understand how to move safely during exercises and daily activities. It's also important to recognize injury risk factors. These include poor movement patterns, inadequate warm-ups, limited mobility, and improper use of equipment. Addressing these factors proactively is key to keeping clients safe. In summary, understanding the basics of injury prevention, like these interventions, outcomes, preventive measures, and risk factors, helps us create safer, more effective training environments. It aligns perfectly with our overall goal of promoting health and safety while helping clients achieve their fitness aspirations. Let's start with baseline assessments. That's where we get a clear picture of where the client is starting from. From there, we need to continuously monitor their progress to see how they're responding to the program. The key is to integrate drills seamlessly into their overall training plan, making sure they complement the main activities without feeling like an add-on. Implementing this approach helps reduce pain, which is often a barrier to movement and performance. It also improves function by addressing specific imbalances, and over time, it builds the movement capacity needed to support their performance goals, whether that's athletic performance, daily function, or recovery. Why does this approach work? Because it begins by identifying imbalances and movement dysfunctions through tailored mobility, stability, and strengthening drills. These targeted interventions ensure we're addressing the root causes, not just the symptoms. Now, what exactly does it target? It's grounded in the principles of corrective exercise, focusing on fixing movement issues at their core. And the implementation involves a thoughtful, personalized process that integrates these principles into the client's overall programming, making sure they're effective and sustainable. Today is March 22nd, 2026, and we're diving into Module 4, Program Design and Periodization. This is a crucial part of understanding how to structure effective training plans. We'll explore how to design programs that align with specific goals and how to break the training year into manageable phases. Key points include the importance of periodization, which helps optimize performance and prevent burnout by varying training intensity and volume over time. I'll emphasize how this approach allows for systematic progression, ensuring athletes peak at the right moments. Connecting this to the overall theme, effective program design isn't just about what exercises to do, but about creating a strategic roadmap that guides progress and minimizes injury. Understanding these core concepts will help us tailor training plans that are both effective and sustainable. All right, let's talk about the cool-down phase of your workout. This is a crucial part that helps gradually lower your heart rate and supports recovery. During this time, you'll focus on static stretching and relaxation techniques, which help reduce muscle tension and prevent stiffness. Think of the cool-down as a way to bring your body back to a resting state safely and effectively. Next, we have the rest intervals. These are the breaks between your exercises, and their length should be tailored to the workout's intensity and the specific energy system you're targeting. Proper rest is key because it maximizes the safety of your workout and ensures you're performing at your best during each set. It also helps your body recover enough to maintain good form and avoid injury. Moving on to primary training. This is the core part of your session where you focus on your main goals, whether that's building strength, increasing endurance, or developing a particular skill. During this phase, multi-joint exercises are prioritized early on because they engage more muscle groups and allow for more efficient training. This setup helps you hit your main goals more effectively. And finally, the warm-up. This is where everything starts. A good warm-up prepares your body for activity by increasing blood flow, raising your core temperature, and loosening up your muscles. It typically includes dynamic stretches and light cardio, which help reduce the risk of injury and get you ready mentally and physically for the workout ahead. Overall, this structure, warm-up, primary training, rest, and cool-down, creates a balanced and effective workout session that maximizes performance and promotes recovery. Let's talk about some key principles for designing a beginner program. First, Education and motivation are essential. We want to incorporate teaching moments and motivational strategies that help build confidence and keep learners engaged over the long term. It's all about creating a positive experience that encourages continued effort. Next, gradual progression is crucial. Increasing difficulty slowly allows the body and mind to adapt safely, reducing the risk of injury and burnout. It's about finding that sweet spot where challenge promotes growth without overwhelming. Consistency is another cornerstone. Establishing regular routines helps form lasting habits and reinforces learning. When someone sticks to a routine, progress becomes more sustainable and ingrained. Technique mastery is equally important. We should prioritize proper form and movement quality over simply doing more reps or increasing load. Building a solid technical foundation ensures safety and sets the stage for future advancement. Starting with low-moderate intensity ensures safety and encourages adherence. Managing intensity levels initially makes the program approachable, so participants stay motivated and injury-free. Finally, focus on foundational movement. Emphasizing basic exercises that teach proper movement patterns helps establish a strong base. This foundation is key for progressing effectively and safely in the future. All these principles work together to create a well-rounded, effective beginner program that promotes long-term success and enjoyment. Let's take a look at slide 29, which covers program structures by level. First, we have recovery optimization. This involves implementing advanced recovery strategies such as deloads, which are lighter training periods to help the body recover, active recovery sessions to promote blood flow and healing, and careful monitoring of fatigue to prevent overtraining. These strategies are crucial because they help maintain progress and avoid burnout, especially as training becomes more intense. Next, we see performance goals. Here, the focus shifts from just general fitness to more targeted outcomes like building strength, increasing endurance, or developing sport-specific skills. This targeted approach ensures that training is aligned with individual objectives, making workouts more effective and purposeful. Then, there's volume manipulation. This means adjusting the number of sets, repetitions, and training intensity to optimize adaptation. The idea is to find that sweet spot where your body is challenged enough to improve without hitting a plateau. Managing volume carefully at each level is key to sustained progress. Moving on to the different levels of training, advanced, intermediate, and beginner, we see a progression in complexity and specificity. Advanced training uses complex periodization, high intensity, and tailored conditioning, employing varied modalities and advanced loading schemes to push performance further. Intermediate training incorporates periodization with moderate intensity, adding more specificity. Techniques like supersets and basic advanced methods are introduced to increase training efficiency and challenge. Finally, for beginners, the focus is on foundational movements, establishing consistent routines, and emphasizing proper form. Building a solid base and learning fundamental skills are essential before progressing to more complex training. Overall, this slide highlights how training programs should evolve based on experience level, always aiming for optimal recovery, clear goals, and appropriate volume adjustments to keep progress steady and sustainable. Let's take a closer look at the evidence and outcomes associated with different periodization models. Research indicates that undulating and block models often produce better strength and muscle gains compared to linear approaches. These models introduce variability and focus that can lead to more effective adaptations. Starting with block periodization, the main advantage is that it allows for focused training blocks, which maximize the body's adaptation to specific goals. However, it can be quite complex to structure and requires careful monitoring to ensure progress. This approach is particularly beneficial for elite athletes or those with sport-specific training needs. Moving on to undulating periodization, this model involves frequent variation in training intensity and volume. The key benefit here is that it helps prevent plateaus by continuously challenging the muscles in new ways. Of course, it demands careful planning to ensure the variations are effective and safe. This approach suits intermediate and advanced athletes aiming for both strength and hypertrophy. Finally, linear periodization offers a straightforward progression. It's easy to implement because it follows a simple, gradual increase in training load. But it can lead to plateaus over time and is less flexible in adapting to the athlete's progress. This model works well for beginners or those seeking general fitness, where simplicity and consistency are valued. Overall, understanding these models helps us tailor training programs to specific goals, making our approach more strategic and effective. Today, I want to walk you through the concept of training cycles and how they work together to optimize your results. First, we have the microcycle, which typically covers a week. This is where you focus on specific workouts, recovery days, and short-term goals. It's all about fine-tuning your weekly plan to ensure consistent progress. Next, we move to the mesocycle, usually spanning a month. Here, the focus shifts to targeted progression, whether that's developing a particular skill, increasing strength, or improving endurance. It's a structured approach that helps you build on your weekly efforts in a meaningful way. Finally, we have the macrocycle, which is an annual overview. This aligns all these phases to peak at the right time, whether you're preparing for a competition or aiming for long-term success. It's about planning your training in a way that balances effort and recovery, ultimately leading to the best possible performance. Connecting all these, the key idea is that these cycles work together to create a strategic, long-term plan that helps you reach your peak performance at the right moment while supporting continuous development. Let's talk about monitoring and adaptation. It's really important to track your progress regularly so you can see what's working and what might need adjusting. Small, gradual changes to your program help improve sustainability and set you up for long-term success. Now, moving on to nutrition, creating an energy deficit is key. That means consuming fewer calories than you burn, but it's crucial to do this with a balanced diet and proper portion control. And remember, it should be tailored to your individual needs because everyone's different. When it comes to exercise types, a combination is best. Incorporate resistance training to build and preserve muscle, along with cardio to boost your overall calorie burn. Including interval training and metabolic resistance work can really help preserve lean mass while you're losing weight. These strategies are all interconnected and support the overall theme of sustainable, healthy weight loss. By monitoring your progress, adjusting as needed, paying attention to your nutrition, and mixing up your workouts, you set yourself up for success that lasts. Let's start with nutrition and protein. It's essential to eat enough calories to support your training, but also aim for about 1.6 to 2.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight daily. This helps your body repair and grow muscles effectively. Moving on to exercise selection, I recommend focusing on compound lifts because they work multiple muscle groups at once, giving you a solid foundation. Adding some accessory exercises can help target smaller muscles and correct imbalances. When it comes to rest intervals, aiming for 60 to 90 seconds between sets strikes a good balance. It keeps your muscles under enough stress to promote growth while maintaining workout density. Now, about periodization. It's all about cycling through different phases to avoid hitting plateaus or overtraining. By adjusting your volume and load over time, you ensure continuous progress. Progressive overload is key. Gradually increasing the weight, reps, or sets challenges your muscles and keeps them growing. It's about steady, consistent progress rather than big jumps. As for volume and intensity, you want to find that sweet spot where you're doing enough sets and reps at a moderate to high intensity to maximize hypertrophy, that muscle growth. Remember, these principles work together to build muscle effectively, and sticking to them consistently will help you reach your goals. Let's take a closer look at some key components of functional fitness. First, we have functional movements, which focus on exercises that mimic our daily activities. These help improve balance, coordination, and overall independence, making everyday tasks easier and safer. Next, flexibility plays a vital role. Incorporating stretching routines, yoga, and mobility drills can enhance our range of motion, prevent injuries, and support recovery after workouts. Then there's muscular strength. Building muscle through resistance training, bodyweight exercises, and free weights not only increases metabolism, but also supports joint health and overall physical resilience. Cardiovascular health is equally important. Activities like running, cycling, and swimming boost heart and lung function, increase endurance, and help manage weight effectively. When designing a general fitness program, it's essential to integrate these elements: cardio, strength, flexibility, and functional movement. Doing so allows us to address diverse goals, whether it's improving athletic performance, maintaining independence, or enhancing overall health. Remember, a balanced approach that combines these components creates a comprehensive program that promotes overall well-being and functional capacity. Today, we're diving into Module 5, which focuses on strength, cardio, and functional training. These elements are essential for a well-rounded fitness program. Strength training helps build muscle, improve bone density, and boost metabolism, making everyday activities easier and reducing injury risk. Cardio, on the other hand, enhances cardiovascular health, endurance, and overall energy levels. Functional training ties everything together by improving movements that we perform daily, making us more efficient and resilient. It's important to understand how these components work together. For example, incorporating strength and cardio can lead to better overall fitness, while functional exercises ensure that improvements translate into real-life strength and mobility. As we progress through this module, keep in mind that balancing these elements is key to achieving optimal health and performance. This holistic approach aligns perfectly with our overall goal of promoting sustainable and effective fitness habits. Let's dive into some key resistance training techniques to keep in mind. First, emphasize core engagement and multiplanar movement. This means engaging your core throughout and moving in multiple directions to build functional strength. It's also crucial to set up your equipment clearly and correctly, creating a safe and effective training environment. Building stability and a safe space is fundamental. Think of it as laying the foundation for safe training. Use steady repetitions and choose an appropriate load to protect your joints and tissues. Rushing or using too much weight can lead to injury, so control your tempo and load carefully. Before adding extra weight, always maintain proper alignment and full range of motion. This ensures you're developing strength safely and effectively. And remember, good form always comes first. Master the movement pattern before progressing with resistance. By focusing on these key points, core engagement, proper setup, stability, controlled tempo, and correct form, you'll maximize benefits and reduce injury risk. This approach aligns perfectly with our overall goal of safe, effective, and functional resistance training. When choosing the right equipment, it's important to consider the client's ability, their goals, and ensuring the technique is safe. Different tools serve different purposes, so selecting wisely can make a big difference. Bands and kettlebells are great because they add variety to the workout. They can target different movement patterns, helping to keep the training engaging and well-rounded. Accessories are also valuable because they help build functional strength by engaging stabilizer muscles and mimicking real-world movements. This makes the training more applicable to everyday activities. Free weights are another excellent option, especially because guided motion can support beginners and those recovering from injury. They help improve confidence and safety as clients learn proper form. Machines, on the other hand, provide controlled movement, which is ideal for beginners or rehab situations. They help ensure proper technique and reduce the risk of injury. Overall, understanding these different types of equipment and their benefits allows us to tailor programs that meet individual needs while promoting safe, effective progress. Let's take a closer look at some common cardiovascular training methods. First up is HIIT, or high-intensity interval training. This approach involves short, very intense bursts of activity followed by brief recovery periods. The idea is to maximize metabolic conditioning and calorie burn in a shorter amount of time. HIIT is especially great for more advanced clients who are looking for quick, challenging workouts that deliver results efficiently. Next, we have interval training. This method alternates between periods of high and low intensity, which helps improve VO2 max and overall cardiovascular efficiency. It's an excellent choice for clients who want to enhance their performance and endurance through structured intensity changes. Finally, there's continuous training, steady-state cardio at a moderate intensity. This is perfect for building aerobic endurance and establishing a solid fitness foundation. Continuous training is especially suitable for beginners or anyone seeking a consistent, sustained activity without the peaks and valleys of more intense sessions. All these methods are valuable tools in our training toolbox, and choosing the right one depends on your client's goals, fitness level, and overall program design. Let's take a closer look at typical training intensity ranges, which are expressed as a percentage of your maximum heart rate. These ranges, from about 50 to 90%, are crucial because they help us define different heart rate zones, labeled from 1 through 5. Using these zones allows us to train with greater precision and, importantly, ensure safety during workouts. For example, staying within a specific zone can optimize fat burning, improve cardiovascular health, or build endurance, depending on your goals. Understanding these ranges helps you tailor your training intensity to match what you're aiming to achieve, all while keeping your heart rate within a safe and effective range. So, whether you're just starting out or pushing toward more advanced levels, knowing your heart rate zones is a key tool for making your training both efficient and safe. What it is a type of training that involves multi-joint, multiplanar movements. These are movements that closely mirror real-life tasks, so they're functional and practical. They also require integrated core control, meaning your core muscles have to work together to stabilize and support your movements. Why it matters? Well, because it helps improve balance, coordination, and strength, all essential for daily activities. Plus, these improvements can really boost your overall performance and help prevent injuries before they happen. Now, some common moves you might see include squats, lunges, and rotational lifts. These exercises incorporate core stability throughout the movement, making them highly effective for functional training. The idea is to train the body in a way that prepares it for real-world movements, making everyday tasks easier and safer. Regular mobility work is essential because it reinforces the goals of corrective exercises and helps improve our overall functional capacity. When we talk about training impact, dynamic warm-ups are key. They prepare our tissues for activity, increasing blood flow and temperature, which helps prevent injuries. After exercising, static stretching plays a vital role too. It helps reduce injury risk and supports better performance by increasing flexibility. Knowing when to incorporate mobility work is important. It's especially beneficial for improving joint range of motion, enhancing muscle elasticity, and boosting overall movement quality. This isn't just about flexibility. It's about making sure our bodies move more freely and efficiently in everyday life and in sports. And why does all this matter? Because incorporating flexibility and mobility routines directly contributes to better movement, reduces injury risk, and ultimately helps us perform at our best. So, integrating these routines consistently is a smart way to support long-term health and functional fitness. Getting enough rest is crucial because it allows your tissues to repair themselves, which is essential for overall recovery. When you rest adequately, you also maintain your performance levels and help prevent overtraining, which can lead to injury or burnout. Supporting your recovery with techniques like myofascial release, such as foam rolling, can really help reduce muscle tightness and ease delayed onset muscle soreness, making you feel better faster. Additionally, incorporating static stretching improves your muscle length and mobility, which supports better movement quality and promotes tissue recovery. All these recovery strategies are interconnected and play a vital role in maintaining your training progress and preventing injury. Remember, recovery isn't just about resting. It's about actively supporting your body to heal and perform at its best. Let's talk about ethics and motivation first. It's crucial to communicate professionally at all times because this helps us maintain client adherence and ultimately optimize their performance. Building trust through clear and respectful communication keeps clients motivated and engaged. Next, program design. Creating structured plans is essential, and that means incorporating progression, variety, and evidence-based methods. These elements ensure that programs are effective, engaging, and tailored to each individual's needs. Moving on to client assessment. Using proper screening and evaluation techniques allows us to personalize programs. This not only makes the training more relevant, but also helps us reduce the risk of injury or overtraining. Finally, core foundations. Applying key concepts from exercise science guides us in making safe and effective decisions. Understanding these foundational principles is what ensures the quality and safety of our training plans. To wrap up, mastering fitness training involves integrating ethical communication, thoughtful program design, personalized assessment, and solid scientific principles. When we do this well, we create meaningful, safe, and successful fitness experiences for our clients.